So the possibility of getting caught up in U.S. customs is getting bigger and bigger these days.
Yeah, this new administration is cracking down on everybody, whether you're a citizen, tourist, or legal resident. You probably will get caught up in customs if you're flying into the States.
Yeah, we're going to tell you what to do before, during, and after you get through customs, just in case.
Yep, let's check it out. Hey y'all, we're Paul and Natasha from Nomadic-AF. We have been flying nonstop and living out of the country for 13 years.
Long time.
Long time. One thing we would never do is fly back into the U.S. even as citizens.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Not worth it anymore. But if you have to go, let's check out some of these problems you're gonna run into and what you can do to avoid these problems.
Yes.
So let's get started.
All right. So before we get into what to do if you actually do get detained in U.S. Customs, we are going to talk about what you can do for yourself before leaving your home country. Now, this will help you hopefully breeze through customs, and if it doesn't, it'll at least help give you better odds of getting through if you do get caught up in the detained process.
Right, so before you fly into the U.S., this is for U.S. citizens, this is for legal residents, and this is for tourists. All these apply. So let's go through this quick checklist, what to do and what not to do right before you fly to the U.S.
Yeah, so one of the things that you should definitely do before flying into the United States is only take necessary electronics.
Yeah, don't be bringing extra phones. Extra phones is going to create a lot of problems for you. It's just going to set up so many alarm bells. Don't take a laptop you don't need if you think you're just going to have it just in case. That's just something else for them to search.
Yeah.
Don't bring things like drones, two-way radios, walkie-talkies, any reason to give them to pull you over for a secondary search.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Just take your phone if you can.
And if your digital privacy is an issue, you're going to want to log out of all of your cloud-based accounts. Tortillas! So if your digital privacy is a concern for you, you are going to want to log out of all of your cloud-based accounts.
Yep, and that is any account like your YouTube Studio, your Facebook, your Google Drive, your OneDrive.
Yeah.
Any cloud-based account, log out of it and delete the icon off of your phone.
Yeah, they can use anything against you.
Anything.
And
yep.
they will.
Yep. The next one is consider a burner phone. If your phone is loaded down with all the apps and social media and all these cloud-based things that you use,
and you don't want to get rid of it off your phone,
right? Buy a burner phone, and I'm talking like a cheap-ass burner phone, and bring it. Don't log into any of these cloud-based services. Don't even log into your Facebook.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yep. Just have your essential contacts.
Yep, that's it.
So another thing that you want to do before you leave for the U.S. is consider removing your biometric unlocks on your devices.
Yeah, things like your facial unlock, your eye unlock, your finger unlock. Don't have those on your phone when you come to the States because they can make you unlock your phone.
Yeah.
Just keep the password that you punch because you can deny giving that to them.
Yeah.
But they can force you to do your face recognition or your thumbprint on your phone to unlock it. Disable all biometric unlocking off of your phone.
Yeah, sounds crazy, but yeah.
Yeah.
Another really important thing that you need to do before leaving for the U.S. is delete all sensitive content off of your phone.
Yes, and not a lazy delete. I'm talking go into your delete folder and then delete the shit in that folder too.
Yeah.
And I think we've all probably heard of this European that just came into the States and had this unflattering picture of the VP on his phone. And he was denied entry for a picture of the vice president, which was a hilarious ass picture. But so what you might not think is sensitive, our thin-skinned administration will certainly think it's sensitive.
Yeah.
Delete it all. It's
Delete
not
it all.
worth the hassle.
Go back to that burner phone again.
Yep.
So another thing that you definitely need to do before leaving for the U.S. is have someone else know all of your travel plans.
And not just generally, I mean specifically the time zone you're going to be in there, the flights, when you're going to land, what time you think you're going to get to your hotel.
Yeah.
Everything, because If you get caught in immigrations or customs, you'll be disappeared. They will not hear. They will not know if you landed. They will not know anything. Give
Yep.
them all your info so they have it.
Yep. So another thing that might seem a little bit paranoid, but it's definitely something that you should consider doing before leaving for the US is memorize your lawyer's phone number. And this is because they can seize your items like your phone and stuff where you won't have access to your contacts.
Right. If you're a U.S. citizen, know your lawyer's phone number. If you're a legal resident, know your immigration lawyer's phone number. And if you're a tourist, know the phone number of your consulate.
Yep.
Because you may not have access to anything once they detain you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so now we're going to talk about some documents that you definitely need to have in order before leaving for the U.S.
Yeah, so carry printed copies of your documents. And I'm talking everything. I know it sounds redundant, but they will seize everything from you. Have copies of your passport, your visas, your immigration papers, your green card, any immigration paperwork, right?
Yep.
All of it. Carry copies of everything, because if they seize your backpack and they seize these original documents, you're going to have some problems. Yeah,
absolutely.
Another one is memorize all your key contact numbers, like we just talked about. Every number you think you're going to need, memorize it. Yeah, because if they confiscate all your shit, you're screwed on contacting people.
Another thing you really need to have is carry a printed itinerary. And now this can include proof of your flights, accommodations, your return plans, and even what you plan to do while you are in the United States.
Yep, because they're going to ask you. They will 100% ask you. And if you have printed out copies of tours you're going to take, anything you have printed out is going to help you get through customs easier and faster and lessen your risk of being detained.
Yeah, especially they won't think as much that you're trying to overstay your tourist visa.
Yeah. Mostly important is onward flights and accommodations.
Absolutely.
Have it all printed and ready to show them.
Yep. So with all these documents, make sure that you have Mexico. So with all these documents, make sure that you keep these in your either personal item or your carry-on item. You do not want these in your checked luggage.
No, because you will not even get to your checked luggage. If you're stopped in immigration, you'll have no access to anything you checked. Make sure all this stuff is on your person.
Yeah, so let's talk about what you do when you land in the U.S.
Yep.
Okay, so now that you have landed in the United States, here are a few things that you will definitely need to know. First of all, you want to tell someone that you've landed, and this is important to do when you touch down, between when you touch down and your plane lands, before you get to immigration.
Yeah, because you cannot carry phones or you cannot use phones in immigration.
Yeah.
So contact somebody and let them know you landed, because if you get disappeared, they're going to want to know exactly when you landed, right?
Yep.
Okay. And another important thing is enable some kind of tracking device on your phone.
Yeah.
All these different phones have different kind of tracking devices, like Find My Phone.
Yep.
Send it to somebody. Give somebody that info, or send them your WhatsApp live location and set it for 3 or 4 hours, right?
Yep.
That will track your phone live wherever you go, so somebody in your home country or a friend can see exactly what's happening with you as you go through this.
Yeah, if they cannot get a hold of you, they can see where you are and where at least your phone is.
Yep, very important.
Yeah, another thing is to understand the legal gray zone that is airports.
Yeah, airport immigration isn't the U.S., and this is for even citizens, legal residents, tourists. You are not in the U.S. yet, and you do not have the rights that you would have once you cross through immigration.
We call it a no man's zone.
A no man's zone, yeah. So if you think you know your rights as a U.S. citizen, those do not count before you get through immigration.
Yeah, they don't. So no matter what, you should expect a possible secondary screening when you arrive at immigration.
Yeah, it may not happen, but why take that risk? Don't pack shit. So by now you have your bags. Do not pack shit in your carry-on bags that are going to raise suspicion. If they do a secondary screening and they start finding drones or weird paperwork or God forbid work documents that shows you're going to be working in the States. Expect them to find that. Do not carry stuff because the chances of you being screened secondarily are pretty high.
Yeah, definitely. So another thing that you really need to consider when landing in the U.S. is these immigration officers are no joke. Normally we say kill them with kindness,
be friendly, say hello, good morning, chit
all of
chat.
that. But when you are in the U.S., you should avoid joking. You should avoid sarcasm. You should
oversharing and over talking. Don't say a word. Pretend you are arrested by the police and don't invoke it out loud, but just be quiet. Do not talk unless you're spoken to. And keep your answers brief.
Yeah, don't give them any reason to question you further.
Nope. Anything you say will lead to extra questions. Just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, and we always say hope for the best and prepare for the worst. And this is definitely true when you are entering U.S.
Yep. All right, so now you've landed, and now you're getting into immigrations and customs area.
Yeah.
We're going to cover this in separate sections. This is for U.S. citizens, will be the first section. Then legal residents with legal status in the U.S. but not U.S. citizens.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about tourists.
Yep.
All right. So this is what you're going to do when you get to immigrations and customs as a U.S. citizen.
Yep. So for U.S. citizens in customs, in immigration, you should always use your U.S. passport to enter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're a dual citizen or have dual citizenship and you use your other passport to leave your home country. Only your U.S. passport. Do not use anything other than that if you have it.
Yep.
Okay, as a U.S. citizen, you have to be allowed entry into the country. You cannot be denied entry or have your citizenship revoked, or no matter what they tell you to scare you into talking, they cannot deny you entry into the U.S. They can detain you, and they can question you for a long time, and maybe they could even detain you for more than a day, but they cannot deny your entry.
No. So when you are entering as a U.S. citizen, you are not required to carry proof of citizenship, and that is because your passport is enough.
Yeah, your passport is your proof of citizenship. If they start asking you for if they think you're illegal, or if they think you are coming into the country illegally, not as a citizen, and they start asking you for green cards and work permits and work visas and driver's licenses, none of it. You tell them that passport is your proof.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's it. All right. If you are a U.S. citizen and you get stopped at U.S. Customs and Immigration with problems, always ask them, am I being detained? Yeah,
if they are going to detain you, they have to tell you. And they probably will say yes. But if they tell you, no, you're not being detained, just say, ask them, am I free to go then? And you are free to go if you're not being detained. They cannot detain you for no reason. They can question you, but they cannot arrest you or detain you for no reason.
And if they do say, yes, you are being detained, you can invoke your right to silence.
Yes, and that is a right you do have before you leave customs, is the right to silence, and invoke it.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. Yeah. Another right you have is to ask to see your lawyer. Now, they don't have to give it to you.
Yeah.
Right? They can detain you.
Your right is to be able to ask for it.
You don't have a right to a lawyer. You have the right to ask for your lawyer.
Yeah.
You may or may not get it, especially based on why they're saying they're detaining you. And if it's just for questions, they may not be in a hurry to get you your lawyer. It could be hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, another thing that can happen to U.S. citizens is they can do routine searches, and they do not need a warrant for that.
No, again, you're not in the U.S. now. You're in immigration.
In that, legal gray zone.
Yeah, so they don't need for routine searches of your person, of your luggage, even of your phone. They do not need a warrant. I mean, as a citizens, we have a lot of rights, but those rights cannot be invoked in immigration.
Yeah, and they will take full advantage of all that
certainly.
stuff, too. In addition, your electronics can be searched, and they probably will if they're looking for some juicy tidbits to detain you.
Yeah, and this means your laptop, your phone. Now, you don't have to give them your passwords. Like we mentioned before, your biometric data should have already been turned off because they can't open it with your eye or your face or your thumbprint. But if you have to physically type in your password, you can refuse to do so. Now, that doesn't mean they won't take your phone.
That's an implication of guilt to them.
They will confiscate that phone and they will crack it eventually. But if you want to invoke your rights, you don't have to.
Yeah.
They can search it.
Yeah.
So if you give them your password, they can go through every file, every folder, everything on your phone looking for problems.
Yeah, and they have special software that does do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So remember, as a U.S. citizen, even though we have rights in the U.S., not all of those rights apply in immigration.
So we've covered what to do when you arrive to the airport as a U.S. citizen if you are questioned or possibly detained. Now we're going to talk about what legal residents and citizen applicants need to do in the same situation.
Right. Now the first is you are absolutely required to carry all of your immigrant documents, originals.
Yeah,
right?
This is for anyone over 18.
Anyone over 18, but if you have children, you should be carrying theirs also.
Right.
But also, I suggest making copies. Put a copy in your carry-on and a copy in your check bags.
Yes.
Right? Carry the originals on you, though, because you're required to show them.
Yeah. Another thing is you always have the right to ask for an interpreter if needed.
Yeah. If there is a language barrier, look, I'm talking even a small language barrier. If you have 90% English, ask for the interpreter.
Because if one word gets mistaken for something else.
Even a past or even the correct word and the wrong past or present or future tense of that word can jam you up.
Yeah.
If you are not 100% fluent, ask for an interpreter. They have to give you one.
Yeah, you have the right to be understood and to understand what they are possibly accusing you of or detaining you for.
Yeah.
Right, so we've for a legal resident or a citizenship applicant and you are entering the U.S., a really big thing that you need to know and memorize is your immigration number.
Yeah, so if you are doing legal paperwork, you'll have your alien registration number, right? Don't count on it being on your personal body, in your checked baggage, or in your carry-on baggage. Memorize it, because
have that in your brain.
If they confiscate that from you, you're screwed. You have no way to be tracked by anybody. So make sure you memorize that A number.
Okay, you should also know your status and your timeline.
Your exact status and timeline. Don't be generic about it and say, oh, I have a hearing next summer. You have a hearing next June 13th, 2026. Like
9 a.m.
Yeah, 9 a.m. on Bleecker Street, right?
Yeah.
Know your status and timeline and be able to explain it exactly. If they even hint at a little discrepancy or a vagueness, you're going to be caught up a little longer.
Yeah. You also only need to verify your identity and status. Avoid volunteering extra info.
Extra info, like I work 2 jobs, my son's in this school. Do not give them any info that you do not have to. Do not volunteer anything.
Right.
All right. And you can request a lawyer if you are a legal resident and you're going through citizenship, but it is not going to be like given to you immediately, right? You can ask for it and you should. But they're not going to just run and call your lawyer and have your lawyer come in. They're still going to harass you, right? And if you don't have a lawyer, you can ask for a list of free or low-cost lawyers while you're there.
Yeah.
Again,
it's a timely process.
It's a timely process. They'll give you the list, but that doesn't mean you're going to be able to contact them right then and there.
Yeah, because you don't have phone or anything.
Yeah. They will say, if you want to just sign this here, we'll get you out of here, and this will all be over in 10 minutes and blah, blah, blah.
Nope.
ICE and customs in U.S. is no joke. They are trying to get rid of you, not get you in the country.
Yeah, they're doing some shady shit.
Some very shady shit. You could be signing your citizenship. You could be signing everything you've been working for away just to get out of the airport. Yeah. Don't sign anything. Get your lawyer.
Yeah, and the most important thing you need to do as a legal resident or a citizenship applicant is do not be intimidated by the lies that they tell you.
Because they'll lie to you. They'll lie to you right to your face. Do not believe a single thing they say. Invoke your rights, get a lawyer, and let the lawyer deal with it. If you're going to be caught in the airport immigrations for 6 hours, that's a lot easier than having your citizenship stripped because you signed a piece of paper you didn't understand while you were there.
Absolutely.
Don't sign anything, get your lawyer.
So the next thing we are going to talk about is if you're entering the U.S. Customs and Immigration as a foreign visitor, like a tourist,
or a student, or if you're here on business or whatever. If you're a foreign visitor that is not a U.S. citizen or not a legal applicant,
this applies to you.
This is your section. This applies to you here. So, you as a foreign visitor, as a tourist or whatever, you have almost no rights. I'm telling you, none. You can be searched, strip searched, detained, questioned without a lawyer. You basically only have the right to be silent, and that's it. So you can ask for a lawyer. You may not get one. Your rights are next to nothing. So honestly, at this point in time, I wouldn't even come to the United States for tourism. That you're just asking for trouble. But if you are, you have the right to remain silent.
It's one of the only rights you have.
You have the right to ask for an interpreter. If you're not 100% fluent in English, I strongly suggest you bring in an interpreter. Granted, they work maybe for ICE. Who knows who they work for? But you will need the interpreter, right? Now, you can ask for your lawyer. You can ask for any lawyer, and you can ask for your consulate. You have the right to ask for your consulate's help. Whether they're going to get right on the phone and call them or not,
that's a different story.
That's a different story. You may be talking to your consulate from detention the next day or the next week.
Foreign visitor, especially if you are here for tourism, carry printed proof of everything involving your trip, and this includes flight plans, itinerary, aka what you're going to be doing, where you're going to be staying, because they want to know
specific addresses.
Specific addresses. They're going to want to know where you are, when, and why.
So make sure you have all that, copies of it on your person, in your check bag, and in your carry-on bags, right? Now, they're going to keep asking you, and they're going to ask you in different ways. Why are you here? What are you doing? What are your plans? Blah, 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 blah.
They're trying to trick you.
They're trying to trick you into stumbling, right? Now, there are so many things where people can't get into the country because they're like, oh, I'm house sitting, or I'm doing a work away, or I'm an au pair, and No, you're a tourist. You're there for tourism. You have a tourist permit. That's the only thing you can do. If you say anything else, you are not getting into the States.
They're turning you around on the next flight out.
You're not going to a work meeting. You're not going to a seminar. You're not going to babysit.
You're not going for a tattoo convention as an artist.
No.
We just read a story about that too. Ugh.
Tourism, and you better have some itineraries on you.
So if you are here for tourism, or you're just a foreign visitor for whatever reason, you should always have a support letter from the host in which you are staying. If
you're staying with somebody, like if you're not staying in a hotel or doing this on your own, you're staying with friends or family or an old college friend or whatever, you need letters. You need very specific letters with addresses, phone numbers, the exact dates, the exact location. I'm telling you, the U.S. is the hardest country now to get into. They are really not letting people in.
This one should go without saying, but as a foreign visitor, you should definitely not carry any kind of suspicious items.
And what you think is suspicious and what the U.S. thinks is suspicious could be totally different, right? Like, you don't want an encrypted phone. No, you don't want to be carrying even a small little hobby drone for your YouTube videos, right?
You don't want a USB that's encrypted.
Oh no, you don't want to do that either. So any of these things can get you detained, and I'm talking detained for weeks or months, not in immigration detention, but in jail.
And also large amounts of cash is definitely a big no-no when
it's
entering.
It's a huge no-no. Don't do that. Don't do anything suspicious. Anything you think you need to bring here, think twice about what an immigration officer would think about that, or a customs officer.
All right, so as a foreign visitor, another thing that you are really going to need to do when entering the U.S. is bring proof that you will return home.
Yeah, they want to know you're returning home.
Their biggest fear is that you're going to overstay your visa and spend all your money there.
Yeah, and it's stupid proof too. Like, you can have like a letter from your job that states you're gainfully employed in your country and you'll be back. You can have your year-long lease agreement for your apartment. You know what I mean? A return ticket or school enrollment or anything that shows you need to be back in your home country and you are not overstaying your welcome here. If you can show them that, you could very well just breeze through.
Yeah, absolutely. Another really big one is avoid vague or overly detailed answers. Now, this is a fine line.
Yeah, you just want to be careful with what you say because they're asking you all these questions and they're asking you the same questions in different ways.
They're trying to trip you up.
They're trying to trip you up. So do not give long-winded, detailed answers. You tell them only what they need to hear, and if they want more clarification, they'll ask for
basic info about your trip only. Do not overshare.
You're going to Disney World. You're not telling them every ride you're going to and like any off trips you're going to be taking. Just tell them what they want to know and stop. That's it.
Absolutely.
All right. So you might be refused entry even if you do everything correctly. The U.S. hates people. They hate foreigners. They hate everybody, right?
Yeah, it sucks.
It sucks there. Don't even go. But if you go and you're refused entry, you have the right to seek asylum if your life is in danger or if you're in danger of violence of any type, if you're returned to your country.
If you are returned to your home country.
You have the right to seek asylum. Now we're talking about Trump's America. You may be denied that right. Yeah. They might not even do away with it even. But right now you have the right to apply for asylum if you're in danger of being turned away from the U.S.
As of this moment,
As of this moment.
Yes, absolutely. All right, guys, so this is the last section and probably the most important section of this video. If you are detained, here is what you need to do.
Now, this applies to everybody because anybody can be detained. A citizen, a legal resident, or an applicant, or a tourist. I mean, you've all been reading the news. The U.S. is detaining everybody. Even U.S. citizens with shit on their phone, they're being detained and questioned. So this is what to do. Firstly, stay calm. Right? They're just going to match your energy. If you start throwing a fit, that's the shit they live for. I mean, they are going to make your life even more miserable to see how much bigger of a fit you can throw.
Yeah, never lie, argue, or especially resist physically, but be polite, but don't necessarily kill them with kindness.
Right. Just, they will match the energy you're giving out. Just try to stay neutral. I know it sucks, and it's life-altering, and it's shit. But
it's scary.
The more you escalate it, the more they're going to escalate it. They will always win every time.
Every time.
Yeah. Ask if you're being detained.
Yeah.
I mean, you might feel like you're being detained, and they might want you to feel that way.
Yeah.
But if you ask them if you are being detained, and if they don't have any reason to detain you, they might just give up. But if they say yes, you know you're fucked.
Yeah, invoke your right to remain silent.
That's the only right you have.
Yeah.
That's the only right you have.
Literally the only right you have.
Just shut up. That's it. If they say yes, you are being detained, your talking is done. You let your lawyer talk. You can get a free lawyer.
Yep.
All right. Request documentation of why you're being held. They've got to tell you why.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't just detain everybody for no reason. They're going to try, and they're going to make your life miserable. But to detain you in a jail-like setting, they have to tell you why, and it's got to be in writing.
Detained, and again, this applies to everyone. You do not want to consent to device searches.
Right, and that means like giving them your password or logging it in for them or anything like that. Again, we said turn off your biometric data or your biometric security.
Yeah.
They do not have the right to search, to force you to open your phone to them.
Yeah, they can seize your devices.
They will seize your devices, and they'll try to tell you like, this can all go away quickly if you just unlock this phone for us. That's bullshit. They are lying to you.
Make it hard for them.
Make it hard for them.
Yeah.
Yep. Keep asking for legal help, right?
Every chance you get.
Every chance you get. And if they tell you, you say you have the right to remain silent and you're going to invoke your right, the only thing you should be saying now is lawyer. That's it.
Yep.
Here's my lawyer's number. Call my lawyer. Get me a lawyer. Here's my immigration lawyer. Lawyer. Stop talking.
Yep.
The end.
Yep. And pending that you are detained and you get out of this detaining process hopefully successfully, write everything down
Immediately.
afterward. Yeah, while it's fresh in your memory.
Yep. Ask the officers for their names. Ask them for their badge numbers. Find out what room you're in, what times you were, everything. Everything you can remember,
Yeah.
write it down because
anything they've said to you.
Right. Everything. Write it down because you might have a case later.
Yeah, for follow-ups or even complaints. Yeah.
All right. So first of all, we're not lawyers. This is all compiled from lawyers and public information, right? So first of all, if you're concerned about any of this, do your due diligence. Always research this because this is really important. Second of all, seriously reconsider coming to the U.S. This is not the time.
And we do have a video on why we think you should reconsider. Check that out. I'll leave a link below.
Yeah, don't do any unnecessary travel to the U.S. The vacations is not the time to vacation in the U.S.
Yeah, definitely.
So we really hope this helps. If you are planning on traveling to the U.S., get all of your ducks in a row. Don't just go make a spontaneous trip without any planning.
Yeah, and if you've been detained or know someone that has too, let us know in the comments because we are always looking out for these stories. It's insane.
Yeah.
And please consider liking and subscribing because it really does help our channel as well.
Yeah, so be safe. Please reconsider your trip and
till next time.
Lates.